Okay, Virgo, there's a big shift astrologically that we got to talk about. This coming week, it's on Tuesday, and that is Mercury going from Gemini, where it's all nice and mercurial, into Cancerian, where it's all completely... So we're going to talk about that because there's three other major aspects that you need to be aware of this week as well. So Virgo, this is your weekly tarot card reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. First, I'm going to get into the astrology, and then we'll go deeper into the tarot. There's always an extended reading for those of you who want to join me for an even deeper interpretation and message and go deeper into details. That link is right below, or you can join the Unbound membership to this channel and get unlimited access to all of the extended readings, plus absolutely exclusive content that you only airs here. Nowhere else in my social media portfolio does it air, and also all the channel perks. So check that out. Think about it. The Virgo videos come out every single hold on a second. It's every single Friday at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. So please remember to ring that notification. Hit subscribe and then ring that notification bell so that you'll get notified when I upload your favorite content. I make 12 videos every single week over here, 24 if you're watching the extended. And then please join me for a daily tarot card reading that I do live in live chat over on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation, and I'll attach the link above. Okay, so number one, let's talk about what happens when Mercury goes from Gemini, where it is very happy and very confident and very swift and clever and light and free and unencumbered and oh my God. And then it goes into Cancer. Well, first of all, it is, like having wings and then splashing down and swimming. And there's a reason why there are some birds that fly. Of course, ducks, they dive down and they can some kind of quasi use their wings for flipping through the water. But that's just not how they're designed, you know? And Mercury is even pictured, if you know the picture of the god, Mercury is pictured with little wings on his feet. Well, wings don't fucking work in water. They just don't. They get all wet and they get heavy. And so you're going to have to expect that there's a little bit of heaviness now to your thought patterns. It's not going to be as bad or as wicked as when you guys were in Pisces, where it's basically at its fall position. Is it? No. Yeah, at its fall position. It's not going to be that bad. No. In fact, Mercury in Cancer really just, it kind of moves the way the Cancerians move. Think about the crab. Your thoughts will go from over here, but then I want to check this out. And then I want to check this out. And then I want to check this out. And that's how your mind will go about getting to things in Cancerian season. That side-winding, it seems like it could intentionally be that you're intentionally avoiding people, but it's also a sense of not just avoid, I need to see how I feel about all sides of something before I'm able to make my decision. So expect it. And if you are prepared for it, it's not going to drag you down as much. Allow yourself to slow down. Expect things to not come as quickly or as easily. Expect that there's going to be emotions that are involved in every decision that you make, and also expect that you may become in some ways the verbal advocate for your family in one way or the other. Now let's talk about the aspects that you're going to be that are going to be interacting with Mercury most. In the beginning of the week, we have the trine to Saturn, which is helping you to structure and feel a sense of comfort when it comes to organizing things, getting things done, and actually adhering to rules, laws, and structure, and being very, very kind of like approved of by any authority figure, or especially like maybe even connecting with a father figure, understanding them, talking with them, and having those communications go really, really well, or having authority figures look at you really well, or really prospering and thriving in a highly structured situation. And then we have a sextile to Mars that comes around the time that finally Mercury slips into Cancer, which is also very, very good, because what that is doing is it's helping you to understand your different way of moving and different actions to take, or go about taking action in a way that is more productive. So that's going to be good for you too. But then we get this tricksy, troublesome one that comes toward the end of this energy week, which is that square to Jupiter. And the square to Jupiter could make you like want to take things too far, go too far, expand too far, grow too far, when in fact your wings are waterlogged and you really can't do that much right now. So there's just this sense of use Jupiter to conceptualize, but don't let it frustrate you. Because there is a temptation to get really, or not temptation, it's almost like you could get really disappointed if you expect like all of your expansion to make sense to everybody else. They still have to catch up and things are still moving slowly. So write a journal, keep a journal, write it down. Definitely use it, do something with it, but don't expect that others are going to be able to catch up right away. It'll take them some time. Let's get into the cards. Mercury. Virgo. What messages do you have for Virgo? Okay. Somebody is very small-minded, and because they're small-minded, their loyalty is limited. There's just this sense of I am not for you. I do not understand you. I can't comprehend you, and I'm done with you. That kind of energy. That can be very disappointing. See, the big picture is in reverse. So it's like not seeing into the future. Or basically, either it's you, I don't know, or you're someone you're dealing with, especially Cancerian or Taurus, that seems very short-sighted or very simple-minded to you. In which case, why continue the conversation with them? Why continue the relationship with them? Be loyal to what you love. It could even be that you didn't see this coming, but somebody stabbed you in the back or made you feel like they betrayed you, or that you didn't see this coming. And in some ways, maybe you were expecting more of a long-term circumstance or situation here. This could also be with family. Something very short-sighted when it comes to a family or a mother figure, being stubborn, not wanting to see, or almost in some ways there could be a sense of limiting something expiring. It could even be, I don't know, see the big picture. Somebody's not seeing the big picture, or it's a grandmother or maternal figure that may not be a part of the big picture for much longer if there's some illness in the family. But that's not something I really love to predict, but just keep that on the back burner. It's not all of a sudden like, you're gonna, all of a sudden this is gonna just happen. I feel like you already kind of know about it. So it's in some ways like you guys knowing or understanding that something is very limited. Whether that is something that makes you sad because it's going to be the loss of somebody, or something that makes you frustrated because you are losing them, maybe not to illness, but you're losing them in terms of, because you just don't connect, because you feel that they're very short-sighted, or they didn't believe in you, or why aren't they in it for the long haul like I was? It's that kind of energy, and that's sort of like crowning the reading. So that's shit. Act as if. There's just this sense of trying to see where things go or remain quiet. This could have also been somebody who disguised themselves very well, which is why it comes at you like a surprise. It feels like you've been smacked over the head. Dream the world into being. That's interesting. And then turn knowledge into wisdom. So in other words, this has become now part of your wheelhouse that you can use moving in the future to it's like now you start to understand and see or know signs to look out for. It's like in some ways this is a new experience for you, but now you know what to watch out for, and you'll never forget this experience. It's definitely time to move on, but now you finally see, oh, they were hiding something the whole time. Turn knowledge into wisdom is here. This is a moon card. Right? So there's a lot of emotion involved here, but it's also very primal. And ultimately, this is a sense of, did you sense it? Because you probably did. You probably sensed it. I just had this conversation on my daily. Geminis and Virgos, because you're ruled by Mercury, you're extremely good at articulating your feelings, but not everybody is. And a lot of people only tell you things through their behavior, which is okay too, because as a species, we've gone most of our evolution with nonverbal communications. Verbal communications is very, very new, and it's getting crazy with like texting and stuff now. It's kind of stupid. I feel like it's being bastardized, honestly. People don't speak well or communicate very well. I feel like we reached our communication peak sometime between the the 16th and 19th century, and then we all just started going downhill. I really do. But ultimately, this is a sense of, if I look back, I could see this coming, but maybe I didn't want to see, or maybe it's something that you were turning your head from, trying to pretend like it didn't exist. But I'm confirming with the cards, this fucking exists, Virgo. And ultimately, what will be the least amount of pain is for you to look at it, for you to accept it, for you to understand it, start to interact with the reality of this, because it isn't going anywhere as much as you may be trying to dodge it or hide from it. Now, I don't know what it is, but it clearly is this energy that you really are sad about or don't want to deal with. But it's there. It's there. Turn knowledge into wisdom. This could also be in a sense of somebody calculating, somebody being very calculating and waiting for somebody to get weak in order to jump at an opportunity. So listen, if you can feel it coming, you better trust your instincts, because it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. It's almost like that sense of like waiting for grandma to pass away so they can cut you out of the will. I'm not saying that's exactly what it is, but it's like somebody is fucking waiting, and the clock is ticking here, and you definitely know it. So be sure you know it's coming. It is coming. You can intuitively depend on it. Life is speeding up, so things are starting to come together or starting to make sense in your mind. This is also a time for brainstorming and being really creative with where you can go from here. Virgo, this is a great time for you to do what you do best, which is prep for the future, because you can already somehow see it. Ooh, shit. Co-create with spirit. It ain't good news, but it's true news, and it's just something that you have to face. Like, something is coming in the future that is not beautiful stuff. And then be playful, which doesn't make much sense, but it's almost like saying, by giving you this foresight, you can actually like be able to handle it and deal with it in a way where it doesn't bury you. It's also, a spirit is going to depend on you, or you're going to be depended upon to help make things or keep things light or keep things flowing. I don't know how that is, maybe in terms of logistics or helping out. But what is this? Can you fucking tell me? Can you just define it, what it is? What is this it? It's some sort of sickness, betrayal, or something being cut short. That's what it is. Whatever that is, it could be a relationship, it could be a person. And it's not going to shock you. You already know it's coming. Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. This is angelic energy. It's saying it's all going to work out. You're going to be able to make this work out. Oh, you're going to need finesse, and you're going to need creativity to do it. This is going to ask you to be really creative and think on your feet. And I think you will be too. Yeah, you'll be able to do that. There's a judgment that's made that to make everything equal and balanced, but ultimately it's also requiring there to be a lot more responsibility on somebody's shoulders. It's basically major arcana, making a decision. This is Mercury square Jupiter. You're going to take too much on to try to make everything okay. And are you in some ways already doing that now, Virgo? Because that's not a good thing. If things are only even because you're compensating or somebody else is compensating just to even things out, they're not really even. But it's a sense of or people repaying you for the hard work that you did and putting on yeah, it's almost like in some ways being repaid for the burdens that you took upon your shoulders. You know, somebody passing a really good judgment and thinking things working out in your favor, and you probably invested in this a while ago, And it's like the more burdens you took onto your shoulders and the more that you helped out, the more it's going to work out very nicely for you. So it'll basically, this is directly proportional to the amount of success or happiness that comes out of this is directly proportional to how hard you worked and how many responsibilities you've taken on. Now, for those of you who loaded it up, this is where the big rewards come. Virgo. This is Aquarian energy, so just doing things to help out, doing things to take care of and not expecting anything in return, doing things because they matter to you or they meant something to you, being friends, being friendly, caring for the sake of caring, or getting engaged or involved with a group of people, Virgo, that have a purpose and stand for something, and it really paying off. And then this is Libra energy, Aquarius, Libra energy. Both air signs. I don't know. This is definitely working to balance things out by doing what's right and doing what's good, or doing something philanthropic that helps people. But what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? I'm just going to say that. Like, what do you want Virgo to do? What do you want Virgo to do? This is the card. Confidence is your key to success. What is that supposed to mean? Confidence is your... Are you working with an Aquarius right now? Are you in partnership somehow with an Aquarius? Yeah, there's something here that... Something that you really care about. Something that you've put a lot of effort and energy into. Confidence is your key. Keep going. Keep doing it because it's actually helping and it's actually making things work out. Yeah, but what is this with regards to? Like, let's get the real skivvy. Forget about the strength card. Let's talk about the nitty gritty. 8 of Swords. Somebody abandoned you and walked away. Or yeah, somebody wasn't capable. So somebody walked away and you got stuck with a lot more burdens. Okay? And how does that work out? Like, what does that have to do with what's going... This is Aries energy. Taking care of the self. And Queen of Wands. It's almost like you're getting a lot of attention this week for digging in when other people gave up. And ultimately, that's what you're going to shine for. That's what you're going to stand out for. That's what you're going to be known for. You're going to be acknowledged for all the hard work that you did when other people, for other people, people who had been left behind, people who didn't have an advocate, taking action for people who had been disregarded, taking on extra responsibilities, working really hard. This is once again sounding charitable, but it's also a sense of something you really believed in. You're going to be acknowledged for it. You're going to be acknowledged. This is like your time to shine, really standing out. All eyes on you. What does that mean, though? Hold on, Virgo. No. What is this about? Actually, let me read this card. What is this about? Come on. Enough with this shit. What is this about? Something at home. Something about your family. taking care of family, and also being like somebody. It's almost like somebody taking away care for your family, or somebody saying that your family was going to get care and then not doing it, and so you had to compensate and dig in and do the work, or do the hard work. This is definitely that sense of somebody was stealing from you or taking advantage of you when you were working really hard, or they pulled the rug out from underneath you. Like you thought that you could depend on them, and they didn't, and you couldn't, or they pulled their help away. Could have something to do with Cancerian energy. Fourth house energy could be a Cancerian Taurus. You felt comfortable there. You felt safe there. And you weren't. You were disregarded. Why? Why would that happen? Why would that happen? And so you had to basically take the burdens on yourself. But the truth is that taking the burdens on yourself actually has made you stronger and has made you a better person. Whoever was helping you, they were almost enabling you. If things were too easy, it wasn't pushing you to your fullest extent of of capability. And now, this is when you really get to know yourself and really start to shine, because that's when we see your real capability, what you're really capable of. And that's what balances everything out, and how the universe comes in and says, this makes a decision in your favor and says, okay, now you're ready. So there's definitely something good on the other side coming out of this crazy situation. Let's get into the tarot cards. I'll see you guys in the extended.